After discussing what is the reservation fee, what are the modes of payment for the down payment, what to do before the banks call you before you can actually move in, we will talk about the fourth one, and quite frankly, I think, personally, the most important one, simply because this one gets missed out a lot. And this is the transfer fees or the transfer charges. LD, your favorite Filipino homes YouTuber. And today, we are going to talk about what comprises the transfer charge. The first one is the capital gains tax. CGT refers to tax paid for gains in the capital you invested. It assumes that the seller earns from the sale of the property by offering it at a cost higher than the acquisition cost. The CGT tax is 6% of the selling price, zonal value, or fair market value, whichever is higher. It is important to note that this tax should be on the seller's account. Number 2, documentary stamp tax. The DST tax is normally applied on the deed of absolute sale executed between the seller and the buyer. The DST is 1.5% of whichever is higher between the selling price or the fair market value or the zonal value. The DST is an excise tax set for documents, papers, and instruments, the evidence of acceptance, sale, and transfer of the property. The DST tax is paid for by the buyer. Number 3, transfer tax. This tax is paid when the title of the property is transferred from the seller to the buyer's name, which will signify the new ownership of the property through its sale. The amount involved varies according to the location of the property, but generally between 0.5% to 0.75% of the selling price or the zonal or fair market value, whichever is higher. Number 4, title registration fee. The final step is the registration of the title under the new owner paid to the Register of Deeds where the property is located. Prior to this, a buyer must secure the necessary tax clearances from the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR. The amount to be paid varies, and registration fees are usually specified in a published table, but generally around 0.25% of the selling price. Once you have moved in, usually the developer requires you to pay for the real property tax on the first year, and sometimes it is included in the transfer charge that you have to pay in bulk, but that's only for the first year. On the second year and on the next few years after that, you have to pay for it personally on your local government unit. Usually, the property tax rate is about 2% or 1% if you are in the province. When buying a home, a house and lot, a townhouse, a condo, you have to consider all aspects of it, not just the upfront payment or just the down payment or just the loan amount. You have to consider everything, and this includes the transfer charges, because sometimes agents fail to share that to you because they are very excited to make that sale. The transfer charges makes or breaks the sale. You know why? Because sometimes it is not included in the price list, in the sample computation that they send you. And I have a client, or I have a friend who shared to me that they were not able to move in. They finished paying all the down payment and everything, but they were not able to move in because their agent did not specify how much the transfer charge was. and they were already approved for loan, but once the developer asked for the transfer charge, which was about 150,000 pesos, they were not able to show any money for it. So please be careful. Please ask your agents what are the additional costs in buying your home, so that everything will go paper smooth until you get your keys and move into your house. That's it for today. If you have any other topics that you want to talk about, kindly comment it below, and see you tomorrow. Bye.